Hey guys, Kevin here. What I'd like to do in this video is show you what it's like to vlog with the Sony RX100. I've been using my Sony RX100 III for a week now and I absolutely love it. I think it's a fantastic camera. Previously I was using the Panasonic Lumix G6 and it's a bit too big and bulky to take around with you, but I'm finding with the smaller RX100 series that I'm more likely to take it out with me. It's easier to take around, and one of the features I really love that people don't really talk about as much beyond the flip screen is the fact that you can charge it whilst you're actually recording. You don't have to replace the battery, you can charge using USB, and I think that is an absolutely amazing feature. For example, one of the videos I recorded today, whilst I was recording, I had a little power bank and I was charging it whilst I recorded. So that's a little extra feature that other cameras don't have, and it's one of the reasons that I love the camera. Now, I noted in my overview of the camera in one of my last videos that the differences between the RX100 series, but for me, when it comes to producing video, I don't think there is a huge leap in quality between the earlier versions of the RX100 and the later versions. So I think that this video that I'm producing just now, I think this will be applicable to those of you who are looking at the RX100 1, 2, 3 or 4 or even the 5 when it comes out. I don't think there's a massive leap in quality between the first version and the latest versions, especially when it comes to, when it comes to 1080p and 720p and things like that. But there are obviously improvements over the series. But if you don't need the flip screen, you might want to look at the first and second models and save yourself a little bit of money. So I'll just quickly explain what I'm going to do in this video. I'm just going to record some clips and hopefully I can show you what the camera can do, and I'm going to do it in a few different environments. One of the things I hate myself is, see when you're looking at YouTube and you're trying to see the quality of a camera, see what it can produce like video wise, and the person who uploads it always puts music on and things like that. That's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to be you're just going to listen to me through the microphone. There's not going to be any audio recorder being used here, and I'm not going to edit the audio in any way in post-production. I'm going to just record the clips and then upload them, and this will help you see what the camera can do. Now, obviously the quality of the audio is a big issue when producing video, especially because this doesn't have an external mic input, but I've been pretty happy with what it can do. If you're recording at home, I think this is a great camera. I think it's not going to be the best audio you can get, and if you've got an audio recorder there, you probably should use it, but if you're just at home, you shouldn't have a problem just walking around. The audio is pretty good. I've even found in the car it's not so bad, but if you're in a restaurant, if you're at I don't know, somewhere where there's a lot of background noise, a lot of people talking, then I would probably lean towards getting a little portable audio recorder and putting a lavalier mic on. That's just my personal opinion. But what I like to do just now is turn off my lights just quickly. I've got some lights here. So you can now see what it's like at night time. It's about, I'll tell you exactly what time it is. It is 25 past 7. So 7:25 at night time, and I'm just relying on my lights, and they're not fantastic lights, but you can see that they get a little bit dimmer there. The other thing I'll show you is that here you can see that I'm recording with the selfie screen up. The screen has been put up like this so that I can see the shot that I've got. But when I'm walking around, that's not something I need, so I'll turn that off. So I'm actually going to training just now. I'm going to jiu-jitsu. So, you see me there? There we go. Yeah, so I'm going to head off to training just now. So, I'm going to do is record some clips. And one of the first clips is going to be is, I'm going to training just now. I'm going to lodge this camera at the side of my car. And that will hopefully show you a little bit what it's like recording at night time. And it will also show you the audio quality you can get when you're driving your car. Because for vloggers, I think the car's actually one of the best places to record vlogs, in my opinion, because it feels like wasted time to me. When you're vlogging, you're in the car and you're just sitting there 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. This is time that you could be producing videos and talking to your audience. So what I've done is I've ordered a little suction cup thing from Amazon today, so that's hopefully going to arrive in a few days, but at the moment I don't have that. So what I need to do is lodge you in a little camera case in the corner. It's not ideal, and I hope you just don't slide off, but the main point of this clip is to show you what the audio is like when I'm driving, and to show you, what the camera can do at night time. So I hope you enjoy that. We'll try to do though as well. I'm going to add some more clips to this series, to this video. I'm going to add, you know, maybe some in the daytime and things like that. And I want to give a variety of different situations in which a vlogger will be using the camera. So one thing you will need to know is image stabilization. So hopefully you're not going to get too dizzy, but you can see that when I'm walking around, the image stabilization is really good. And you also see that this is a bad habit that I do, and a lot of people do, but when you've got the flip camera up like this, it's hard for your eyes not to be drawn there. And it's actually probably better if I take it down so I'm not looking at it. But you can see when I'm walking around, the image stabilization is really good in this camera, in my opinion anyway. I'm not sure what it'll be like, you know, if there's 4 or 5 different people in the background, whether it focuses on someone else. But I'm running late, so let's head over there and we'll see what it's like in the car. So I'm on the road to training now, and as I say, I don't have a suction cup, so I've kind of lodged my camera case into the corner of my windscreen and the dashboard here, and I'm hoping I've got me in my shot. So the windscreen wipers on my screen, sorry. So you should get me in the shot. Hopefully I won't kill myself trying to fix it. I'm probably a little bit slanty at the moment as well. One of the things I didn't mention before when I was in the house there was that there's a few different recording options with the Mark III. You can record in MP3, you can record in, I always forget this is AVCDH or EVSDH. I know I'm getting this wrong, but you know the one I'm talking about. It records at 28 megabytes per second, but the one that I'm doing is XAVCS. It records at 50 megabytes per second on the Mark III. The Mark IV actually has a 100 megabyte per second option as well. But I'm recording at 50 megs per second using the XAVCS codec. And this, from what people say, there's kind of there's varying opinions on why you should use it or why you shouldn't. A lot of people say that it produces better quality, and a lot of people say that it's really good for post-production. So if you're going into your video in your video editor afterwards in Premiere Pro or Vegas or whatever, Sony Vegas, you can do a lot of like color correction and things like that. And with normal video clips, you can only adjust colors and things so far before it gets grainy and, you know, it looks a bit noisy. But with this, apparently with XAVCS codec, apparently you've got a lot more flexibility with things like that. I've did a comparison video between the two codecs before with my last the Sony action camera I used to have, and it's very close. You know, the quality is noticeable, but it's not a huge difference. The one thing you will know though is notice is in the XAVCS codec, the file sizes are a lot larger. They can be 2, 3, or I think it's maybe even 3 to 4 times larger than the other options. And you know, if you're vlogging on a regular basis, that can be quite a big difference. So I'll maybe do a test, because I've been uploading the videos over the last week that I've recorded through the RX100. I've been recording through the XAVCS, but if I find that the other file formats are producing video just as good, and the file sizes are like 25%, or you know, or 30 or 40 or 50% of the size, then I think I'll probably opt for that. Now, I'm driving at the moment. I'm driving a BMW 3 Series, and it's it's an older car. It's like a 2004 model 316i, and I think it's quite a quiet car. I've got the radio off and things like that, so you can hear the quality of audio when you're recording a clip through your car. The last car I had was a Fiat Coupe. It was a beautiful little car. I crashed it, but it wasn't my fault. The tire flew off, but that's another story. Check my blog if you want the full story on that. But that was such a noisy car. You know, it just sounded amazing. It felt great driving it. And I guess in that regard, when it comes to noise, this car's a little bit lifeless, but that's a good thing, because it means that when I'm vlogging, you shouldn't hopefully hear too much background noise. You shouldn't hear any engine noises. Well, you'll hear engine noises, you'll hear the road and things like, you'll hear other cars going by, but it's not going to, the audio shouldn't be so bad to the point where you can't hear me, and that's the most important thing if you're vlogging. You want your audience to be able to hear what you're saying. getting a little thank you because I was driving at 28 miles per hour. A good citizen. Now you can see obviously it's what is it, March 15th today, and 7:35, so it's still dark in Scotland this time of year, so it's pitch black almost. And you be the judge on what you think the quality will be, what the quality is like. I'm so tired today. I keep misspeaking. I was up at 6 in the morning. I was up at just before 6 in the morning to go to training, early morning training, and then I recorded a video on the way back and in the house and stuff. So I apologise if I keep misspeaking, but I'm so tired. Yeah, so it's 7:30 at night and it's quite dark, but hopefully you can see the quality you can expect from this camera whilst filming at night. You can hear the road. There's not a lot of traffic on the road at this time of night. One of the reasons I wanted to do this video was because the Sony RX100 series is so successful. It's not going anywhere. You know, this is a camera that's going to be sold for years, and from the looks of it, Sony is going to release a new version every year. And Canon have got a fantastic option with the G7X, and the Mark II of that is coming out. But I think for vloggers as well, you're going to be deciding between one of these two options, the G7X series or the Sony RX100 series. And you know, come June there could be 5 different RX100s available, and you know, the RX100 can be picked up fairly cheaply now, and the quality is fantastic. It's got a 1-inch sensor and it's amazing. And looking at the camera now, it looks like it's kind of flew off to the side there, so I apologise if I'm not really in the shot much now, but it's pitch black, so that's irrelevant. So I've showed you some clips at night, so I wanted to come out during the daytime when it was nice, to give you an idea what the camera can do during the daytime when there's sounds in the background. That, as I said, that, you know, I'm not in a busy environment. I'm not in a restaurant or somewhere busy where you're going to hear a lot of people talking, things like that. What I have got just now, I've got the camera on a selfie stick, and this is another great thing about the camera. I couldn't do that with my Panasonic Lumix G6, you know, it's too big. But the RX100 series is so small that you can put it just at the end of a generic selfie stick, and you can walk along and you can do vlogging styles like that. So that's quite good, you know, I can wander around like this. So what I want to show you just now is the zoom function. Up until now, in this clip, in this series of clips, what I've been doing is I've been doing everything in auto mode. I set it to the XAVCS mode and I just clicked everything was on auto. So I've not been messing about with the colours, and I've not been doing anything else like that. And that's not something I want to do in this video, because I think most vloggers are going to be like myself. They're going to just put it in auto mode. But the one thing I do want to show you is the zoom. So I'll do that just now. So if I show you the zoom, it will hopefully show you not only the zoom capabilities, but also the sound the zoom makes. Now you can hear the little stream down there. Try and get something to focus on for you. There's a lot of rubbish down there actually. So here we go. This is the kind of zooming you can expect. That is zoom at full. That's the f 2.8. ISO's at auto. And I've zoomed back out, and I'll zoom back in again. Now, this is different from the Canon G7X. The Canon G7X has got, it makes a lot of clicking when you zoom in and things like that. That is not something you need to worry about with the Sony RX100. And overall, I would say that the Sony RX100 is a fantastic camera for YouTubers. So if you're in the market for a vlogging camera, I would definitely check it out. And you know, I do have a lot of Sony products, but I'm not loyal to any particular brand, and I'm not one of those guys that falls into the whole Apple or PC, you know, Windows or Mac and all that kind of thing. You know, if something works, it works. And as much as I love the Sony RX100, do check out the Canon G7X as well, because it might suit your needs a little bit better. I've been Kevin Muldoon, and if you get any questions about the RX100 series, please do leave a comment below, and if you've enjoyed the video, please do consider liking or subscribing. If you want me to record any different clips for this series, you know, if you want any more examples of what this camera can do, then please do let me know in the comment area, and well, I'll jump out in the car and I'll take some clips for you all, and I'll hopefully help you make a decision about whether you want to buy this camera or not. Thanks for watching, guys. Speak to you soon.